Seneca Speaks.
Hey, what's up, Seneca and beyond? This is Mr. Dixon. I'm doing a guest spot for the Seneca Speaks podcast today. So, I'm wrapping up my 7th year of teaching. All of it has been at Seneca High School, and I get this great gift of looping with students, so I get to see them go from sophomores to seniors and watch all these really great transformations. So, it's always super amazing. This group that we're going to feature today, it's the Seneca Speaks podcast crew. So good on them for getting a podcast going, for submitting to a national competition, competing in TSA, all that good stuff. But what I'm really psyched about is that you all get to hear what I get to hear on the regular, which has been starting from sophomore year, them popping in at the end of the day saying, "Hey, Mr. Dixon, we got a philosophical question for you," or something to discuss.
My name is Yancy Perez.
Marcus Taylor.
Hello, my name is Eli Denzel Slimmons. I'd say I'm pretty dynamic.
I'd say they're a pretty dynamic crew, too. There's a lot of ground that they've covered, a lot of change that they've made. So what we're going to do for a little bit is have them take us on a tour of their favorite places at Seneca High School, say what they mean to them, and then we'll get to a little bit of their thoughts, advice for future students, and just the general take on life of what community means and people mean and stuff that, you'll hear them say it. They're good at. Let's go.
I think my favorite place in the school right now is probably Systeric's room or the band room, or the esports room, because there's just been like a lot of memories made in there. But I'd probably say out of those three, it'd probably be the esports room. All right, I'll take you there right now.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Ms. Duncan's room is the esports room. There's gaming chairs. There's monitors you can see over there. They're in the box right now because everything's packaged for the rest of the school year. And we have new gear we're going to set up next year for the new team. I really got to know Miss Beckham and the esports team from like sophomore year. I initially joined the esports thinking, wow, Miss Beckham is so mean. Meanest teacher ever, right? Because I got kicked out literally the first day because she didn't know who I was. Because I had like my hoodie up and I was hanging with Iran because Iran invited me. And I got kicked out by her and I'm like, dang. When I started like the second semester, it like completely turned around. I really liked Miss Beckham. And then Miss Beckham is really is a really cool teacher. Like she's very fun. She helps you out, and like she's really helped up everybody.
First place recent was the library.
Where are we now?
Oh, we're in the school library. Well, this place kind of for the past 2 years has been kind of a favorite ever since I met the GOAT, Mr. Bosley. So finding a teacher who not only bounces off of my creativity, but finding somebody who will support people who also bounce off my creativity, it's kind of an amazing thing, and Mr. Bosley was one of those people.
This is the 3D printing room. I've learned a whole lot here, and there's a bunch of like cool designs like Mr. Systeric has across the room. Like we recently finished building a jet engine, and those are our jet engines. This is ours right here. This is me, Eli, and Sam's right here. It's a bunch of 3D printers. That's what I'm looking at right now, and I'm looking at the most mean, evil teacher with a black hat on that's drinking coffee out of "I'm not for everyone" mug right now. I'm joking. I love Mr. Systeric. He is a very nice, kind, most genuine individual I've ever met in my entire life. Funny story, Mr. Systeric got like really mad at me at the end of the last school year because he'd been pronouncing my name Jinxie for the entire school year, and then my dad said the name Yancy instead of Jinxie, and he just got really mad. It was really funny.
First names are the most important feature about themselves.
That's Mr. Systeric.
It's their identity. It's who they are. It's who they're becoming. And if you can't say that, like the name it's just who you are.
People have been saying my name that way since like kindergarten, I'd say. is Jenksy because it kind of looks like if you were to see it, it's spelled Jengsse. But like my original name, how it was supposed to be spelled, was actually Yensy, which makes more sense than Jeng.
Ah, yes. It's always interesting to learn that you've been calling somebody by the wrong name for 2.5 full years. Mr. Sesteric's 100% right. Your name is who you are.
And the correct way to pronounce that name for everybody is not Jenksy, it's Yensy. But I haven't corrected anybody since like people have been calling me that for so long. Yep, everybody in my family pronounces my name Yensy.
So as we're moving along in this tour, there's some rooms that haven't quite been built yet.
What I'm seeing out here, lots of construction, sort of. It feels like they've been doing the same thing over and over for the past, year. So, hey, I mean, they're getting stuff done, at least.
You see that pile right there? That
Yeah.
pile of dirt, that giant pile of dirt? That's the band room.
pile.
That's the old band room right there.
I think it's a good thing that we're getting a new building and everything.
I think it's kind of BS how as soon as I leave, literally there's a new school being built, and I can't see the new school now, and I'm like, okay, well.
Eventually, there's always going to come a time for change, and we're making strides toward that, hopefully sooner than later. We've been hearing about this building since my freshman year, hopefully it's going to be good for the people in the future here.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I'll probably come back to see it, maybe not, I don't know, but. I'll take you to the band room. I don't think anybody. Yeah, okay. Fun fact, this isn't the original band room. This is the ROTC compound.
We're in the band room. I see lots of instruments, but more importantly, this is gonna sound kind of corny, but I view this as a place where I made a lot of memories. Obviously, this isn't the what's it called? This isn't the old band room. We just started being here last year, but even in those 2 years, a lot has changed. Mr. Harris came in, and then everything changed. Like I said, I met a lot of new people. I feel like I became more open here. I've improved a lot at my instrument. We've made a lot of progress since then too.
At the end of the day, Seneca is a special place. Been around the country, around the world, seen a lot of different stuff. This building's got it all going on. What is this place? It's people. It's a whole lot of people. Every year at the beginning of my classes, I start off by asking people what they think about Seneca. There's a variety of answers. They've trended overwhelmingly toward the positive the more years that I've been teaching here. Every year I point out that what is a school? It's really a people. So when we talk about Seneca and we talk about what this place is, we're talking about ourselves. We're talking about every person who wakes up early in the morning, gets on a bike or a bus or a car or whatever, or walks or whatever it takes to get here. And they show up every day, hopefully to learn, but sometimes just to get something else that they need. Maybe that's connection with people. And what I've learned more and more over the years, especially from Eli, Marcus, and Yensy, is that we come here because we're part of a community, and that community matters to each and every one of us.
Well, I guess one of the big things, obviously, I have people I hang around that show me that things can change, but it's also, I feel like at a certain point you have to believe that you yourself can change, because sometimes it's really easy to make it to where you think you can't change or you're stuck in the same place, but if you're open to change, I feel like it'll come as you meet new people, as you experience new things and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, a community can be it's basically a noun, a person, place, or thing. Anything can represent a community, but what grows to make a community is obviously its people. And depending on its people will depend on, the theme. What do you want to portray in this community? What's your idea? And depending on what your idea is, it will lead to more and more things, more and more people growth. But every community is different. Even though there could be so many with like-minded ideas, they could still go about these ideals differently than others. I could think as my community as my family, or some people could just see their community as a job and a obligation.
There is always going to be people out there that care about you. And I think during freshman year, I definitely thought like I was, everybody was out to get me because I was definitely picked on a whole lot as a freshman. Like, I feel like if you're ever going through something, you'll eventually find a group of people that like be friends with you and that will take care of you and that genuinely care about you as a human being. You don't have to be, I guess, alone in the situation that you're in, basically. And I guess like that's like a way that's kind of Seneca has shaped me.
The fact is that when I meet one person here, it hasn't just been I meet that one person and I'm good for life. I mean, for example, I met Alan, but I never thought that meeting Alan would lead to me not only continuing to stay here at Seneca, but from him I met Rika, Sam, Iran, and then afterward I met Malsum, Eli, Jinxie. And it all stemmed from one idea of, because I met one person, it gave me the will to stay here.
I will say that just in general, life is a very like I'd say you might think you're gonna be a certain place in a few years, or you might have a plan for the next few years and whatnot. But like in general, life is something, it's dynamic. That's what I say. Like, no matter what you think's gonna happen, I feel like something's always gonna be different. Something's always gonna change. Like I said at the esports banquet, I really did not expect myself to be here, where I am right now. When I was a freshman, I really thought like I'd be with the like same people or just by myself, not really involved in anything. But like even going into sophomore year, I started meeting new people. I met Marcus, I met Jinxie. We all got into esports and stuff like that. I started being more involved in band. Like a lot can change and you won't even know it.
One thing about Seneca is, like, I feel like the outside perspective of it is like, it's like bad initially, but like you come here and there's so many people with different backgrounds. Like we're one of the most diverse schools in JCPS, if not probably the most diverse, probably. And like there's so many talented people here, so many talented artists, musicians, like future musicians, future artists.
Yeah.
Future programmers, like people who are going to do like amazing things in life, like come here, I feel like.
Right.
And like another thing about diversity is, another way Seneca shaped me is everybody has a different story.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the same story. Not everybody doesn't know what you've been through, or like none of that, bro. So
I just like to say I'm really grateful to Seneca. It's been a great school, even though it wasn't what I expected. It ended up being something I didn't expect in a good way, right? I had a very negative connotation of it. I don't even know why, but before I came here, I thought it was just gonna be a terrible school that I was gonna hate for all 4 years of high school. But I'm here now and I'm like, I really don't wanna leave. Like,
sending out my gratitude and appreciation to the Seneca Speaks podcast crew, school year 25-26. Y'all have been real. You've helped shed some light on some of the topics that we face at large, and specifically here at Seneca High School. It's been a great year. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the future years. Keep it going, y'all. Happy summer.
Seneca Speaks.